What did I just watch? FC Barcelona 1, Borussia Dortmund 3, and honestly, probably the worst game under Hansi Flick. In a second leg, away day in the Signal Iduna Park, and FC Barcelona today, guys, make sure to stay till the end because genuinely, today I'm not happy. I'm not happy. How could you guys be happy, any Barcelona fan, outside of the fact, the result, that we will be going to the semis for the first time since 2019? Cool, but the performance was horrible. Let's be honest. Guys, I haven't felt a way about this game. Even our losses in that horrible 2 months, November and December, none of them were like this. This one was a mentality before the game, the way that the players, I'm sure Hansi Flick didn't mean to, bring on players that weren't hungry, but a lot of the players today, they have to hold some criticism. We almost went out of the UCL. Because some players thought we were already through. And you can't. Fans can think like that. I can think like that. Real Madrid, other rival fans, they can say the tie is dusted. But you can't. You guys are players. You guys are getting paid to play and deliver for FC Barcelona. But guys, listen. That was a longer intro usually. Guys, listen. Like up this video. 15 likes is the target, right? Comment down below who is your man of the match for Barca, because if it's for the game, it's definitely Serhou Guirassy. He scored a hat trick. You can't even disrespect it. And also, subscribe if you are new, guys. The channel is growing, right? But guys, road to 900 subs because, listen, we got a lot to talk about. And let's get straight into it because, man, if we were to start off with that lineup that Hansi Flick put out there, listen, I'll be so real, guys. I thought that it was a decent lineup. I know that Pedri wasn't in. I know that Inigo Martinez didn't play. But I thought that is most likely, most definitely good enough to beat Borussia Dortmund. That is a Borussia Dortmund team that is not even, in the top 6 of the Bundesliga, I believe, right? This Borussia Dortmund team has not been good all year long. They've been inconsistent, and I was thinking even that team should do a number on Borussia Dortmund. I even predicted us to win 3-2 because I thought we had enough quality to beat them even if we rotate a couple of players. Clearly, I was wrong. The game started, Borussia Dortmund, they're whipping in crosses left, right, and center, right? Guirassy can't really get on there. It's all chaos, all havoc for FC Barcelona. And Szczesny, eventually, you guys know the saying, the goal is coming. And it didn't come, through open play. But Borussia Dortmund, they got a penalty. Serhou Guirassy, the guy, he had composure, he chipped Szczesny, and that was Szczesny's one fault of the game. I'll be real, because he was phenomenal. Let's be real, right? And in the first half, I'll be real, we were very, very lucky to only be down 1-0. Because, I'll be real, Dortmund, it felt like every 3 minutes they were getting a good opportunity. And last-ditch tackles by Araujo or Cubarsí or even Gerard Martini cleared one near off the line. I think that performance was shocking. Listen, I'm not trying to hear, optimism. I know we're through to the semis, but overall, that result, that cannot happen again, ever again. In La Liga, and especially not in the Champions League. You guys think that you guys have already won. No, we haven't. Guys, I was thinking I might be here in 2 weeks not talking about a UCL semi, but instead talking about Nico Williams rumors. I'm not trying to do that. I'm really not. We could do that in the summer. But I'm not trying to do transfer rumors early in 2 weeks. I'm not trying to do that. I'm being dead serious, right? Because we know when you're out the UCL, you talk about other things like in the transfer rumors. But guys, listen, at least Barcelona, I was thinking at halftime, Hansi Flick, we're going to adjust. The players are going to come out strong. And in that second half, 3 minutes in, and guess what happened? They score off of a corner, who, by the way, Szczesny made, was it a double or triple save to deny Borussia Dortmund? He first denied Adeyemi and then Szczesny. I'm being real. That was a 9, 10 out of 10 performance. Maybe I'll give him a 9 just because I can't give him a 10 because he gave away the penalty. But genuinely, guys, I'm not lying when I say this. When that second goal went in, I thought, you know what? This Barcelona team, they might still have a soft stomach. I was thinking this Barcelona team, they might crumble under pressure. Away day. Signal Iduna Park was bouncing at that moment, right? And you know what? We got lucky. And honestly, we needed that luck. I think that if we don't score, we potentially could have seen extra time. I'm being so honest, guys. I think that Fermin Lopez, a player who I was criticizing on the watch along, Fermin Lopez, my guy, that was not a good cameo. You know what? At least you forced the own goal. At least you did that. But that was not a good cameo, man. Fermin Lopez, he's been shooting a lot. First half, he had a chance. In these games where it's win or go home, you have to deliver, right? Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, right? Even Lamine Yamal. Guys that I do rate highly, right? Bro, Lewandowski, you could argue, is one of the better strikers this year, for sure. Rafinha, right? We're talking about a Ballon d'Or charge. That was not good enough. He had 2 chances clearly on the break to score and seal the tie. And honestly, even if we lose 3-2, well, guess what? That would have been a lot more convincing, and I would have taken that, you know? But Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamine even, did not have a good game. For a guy who's so good at playmaking against the high line, today he was off it, you know? And everybody chose the wrong day to be off it. And guys, I'm not trying to see Pedri on the bench anymore, because even though Pedri did not play phenomenal, Pedri still kept the ball. He still made it composed. Matter of fact, even Eric Garcia was solid in my opinion. Eric Garcia was better than Frenkie de Jong today. Frenkie de Jong was not good. In my opinion, he should have got subbed off, not Pablo Gavi. Gavi was our best outfield player, and Hansi Flick, you almost messed up big time, man. I can't lie. You're the manager that I wanted. I was making videos advocating for Hansi Flick to Barcelona. I knew it would work and the mentality shift, but this result shocked me. The performance shocked me. What? What in the world? Bro, how can our players who haven't won a Champions League, right? Some of these players haven't won a La Liga. Of course, a lot of them have, right? Like Gavi and Pedri, right? Like Ronald Araujo. But still, a lot of these guys have never played in a UCL semis. How are you going to take it for granted? You know what I'm saying? At least Messi and Suarez and those guys, the past era that choked the last couple years, you know, in 2017, 2018, 2019, at least they've already won a UCL. You know what? They don't got the same hunger as these young guys right here. You guys have to prove it. That was unacceptable. And to be honest, if I had to say it, I would say a man of the match, I would say Wojciech Szczesny. I think I didn't butcher his name, but Szczesny was phenomenal today. We conceded 3 goals. Keep in mind, 3 goals we conceded, and he was still phenomenal. And you know why? It's because I feel like if Szczesny's not in goal, I think that if it's our other 2 goalkeepers, Inaki Pena or Ter Stegen, I'm not trying to hate, but listen, pick your poison. I think we lose I think we lose. I think we get eliminated in this game. I'm being so honest, guys. Szczesny today was the reason why this game, instead of being 5-1, right, was only 3-1. Because he had a couple really good saves. And guys, ultimately, Barcelona today, we hang on for dear life. Listen, we absolutely hanged on. The only positives now, right, that I do got to say, we're in the UCL semis, right? Listen, whether I think it was unconvincing or not, right, at least we were very good in the first leg. Listen, we are in the UCL semis, and now we got a chance. We got a chance to still win this competition. You know, we got a very bad game out the way. We got another one, you know what I'm saying, against Benfica in that first leg out the way, right? Hopefully we don't see any more disaster classes by FC Barcelona. And hey, man, I'm not going to lie. Now we sit back and all those Madrid fans, they can hold it, you know. All these guys thought they were going to witness another remontada choked by FC Barcelona. Listen, Real Madrid fans, y'all can hold that because Borussia Dortmund gave us a much better game than you guys in the past 2 times. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, listen, that's it for me, man. I hope Real Madrid, I hope they're out the Champions League, and I will see you on the next one. Who's your man of the match? What was your reaction, you know, at halftime, after the second goal, after the third goal? Let me know down below. Listen, subscribe if you're new, and that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Visca Barca.